Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie, and it's my original idea. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Had the Legendary 10 Rings? And before continuing this, if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin our story. Our story begins as we see October 10th, the day of the QB attack. It was a peaceful night in Konohagakure Nasato until suddenly QB emerged out of nowhere just outside the village and caused rampage. His rampage was enough to cause havoc inside the village as well due to the vibration under the ground. And it quickly alerted many of the shinobis as they got into their battle stances to defend their village against the mighty beast. And they were under the command of the clan leaders as well as the third Hokage, waiting for their Hokage to arrive, as the Sandai Hokage had retired and the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, the Yellow Flash, was their new leader, and they were waiting for him. And unknown to most of them, their leader was busy at somewhere else with his wife, as his wife was giving birth to his children. There were two beautiful children born that day. The eldest was a girl named Naruko Uzumaki Namikaze, and the youngest was the boy named Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As both of them were born, Kushina panted heavily as Piwako took both of them to check, but suddenly Minato heard that she fell to the ground. As he arrived there as fast as he could and saw that the masked man held to his baby boy, and hence the battle commenced between the masked man and the Yellow Flash of Konohagakure Nasato. Minato was able to save his son, but he didn't know that the masked man left behind a clone to kidnap Kushina. Minato, after bringing both of his children to safety, left to get Kushina, but it was too late already. The Nine Tails was free, but Minato then did what he thought was best for his family: bring Kushina back to where her children were, leaving the children in her care, as Minato faded in a yellow flash to battle against the mighty Biju. As Minato then flashed in front of Konoha's statue monument and looked at the Biju causing rampage outside the village, he then hurried towards the marker that was present on Hiruzen Sarutobi and arrived there. What is the status of the battle, Hiruzen? It's not looking good, Minato. We are barely able to defend him, and it looks like QB is being under control. I mean, look at his eyes. And the Uchihas are confused as well. I don't think it is any of the Uchiha clan members that are loyal to us. It is one that has betrayed us long ago. What do you mean? The person I'm talking about, who I think has freed QB, is none other than the masked man that attacked my wife when she was done giving birth. What? Hiruzen asked. Is she okay? And are the children okay? Yes, they are. So who is this masked man? He claimed to be Madara Uchiha, as Hiruzen froze. Are you serious, Minato? Yes, Hiruzen, I am serious as I can be. He claimed to be Madara Uchiha, and he summoned Kyubi no Kitsune in front of me after unsealing her. She somehow was lucky enough to survive that extraction from her, and I'm thankful for that. Regardless, we will talk about this later, Minato. What are we going to do about the beast now? I think I have a plan. Can you hold them off for a little bit, Hiruzen? I have to go and fetch my daughter. What? You can't possibly be thinking, yes, I have to. It is the only way possible. Fine, Minato. Please, just hurry. We can barely hold him on any longer. I'll be back in a flash, Minato said as he vanished in a yellow flash and arrived back at his home, where he saw his wife trying to ease the children as they were crying frantically. Minato-kun, what is going on? Is the QB taken care of? No, honey. I need Naruko. What? You can't be serious. I don't want you to do what I think you're going to do. You know what kind of life danger you live. I know, but there is a thing that I can achieve with that. That is world peace. I know Naruko is strong, and maybe I think she's the child of prophecy that Jiraiya-sensei mission. Prophecy she must be. I don't care about that. I don't want my children to live in a burden like that. It is the only possible way to stop the QB from rampaging. Do you want your friends to die? It is the only possible way. And Uzumaki puts his family before everything, and as I see it, the village is my family as well, as are you. Then Kushina said, closing her eyes, and tears started to fall. Fine, but I will come with you. You will seal the soul inside of me. I don't want people to attack her for just having the whole Kyubi no Kitsune sealed inside of her. Hi, let's go, honey. What about Naruto? Don't worry, I'm going to leave a clone here. Minato said a clone popped into existence. Protect our son. You don't have to worry about that, the clone said, as the three of the family members vanished, leaving Naruto behind with a clone of Minato Namikaze. As on the battlefield, Hiruzen was about to be blasted by a giant Bijudama, but suddenly, as the Bijudama before he could hit him, it vanished. As Hiruzen sighed, you took your sweet time, Minato. But what is Kushina doing here? Shut up, Gigi. I'm not going to let my child be the target of their hate after this is over. As Hiruzen chuckled, I know, Kushina-chan, I know. Let's get this over with, shall we? As Minato prepared the Hakai Fuin Shinigami seal, but before he could do this, he was knocked out by none other than Hiruzen Saratobi. You know, Minato, I can't let you do that. As Kushina looked at him with surprise. But why, Gigi? You see, your children need a new and young father in their life, and I didn't want anyone else that besides to be Minato. So, I'm going to be doing this. Besides, I have way too many regrets to live by now. And my wife is dead, who was the only light in my life. Hiruzen said as he performed the Hakai Fuyin before anybody could say that. And Shinigami emerged. Why have you summoned me, mortal? Shinigami-sama, I want you to seal the soul of the Nine Tails alongside a little bit of his chakra inside Kushina Uzumaki over there, the right-haired woman with violet eyes, and the rest of the chakra of the Biju inside this child. You know the price is hefty for this. Your soul shall be consumed. Hi. Fine then, mortal. As Shinigami's stomach opened, ripped with his sword, and a chain shot out, shooting through Saratobi, and then going towards Kyubi no Kitsune. As it diverted it into two parts, the soul was sealed inside Kushina again. She winced in a little hurt because she was a grown person. A little bit of chakra as well inside her just to keep her alive, and the rest of the chakra was sealed inside the young-born Naruto. As she cried, as Hiruzen then started to fall to his knees. Please take care of them. Tell Minato I'm sorry, but what I did was best for him and his family, as I thought. I am very proud of him, and I will choose, if I ever wish I could, him as my successor over and over again. I am proud of him. Hiruzen said as his eyes closed. Link break. When Minato woke up after 3 hours in the hospital room, he gasped as he shot out of his bed. What happened? Where am I? You don't have to worry about that, Hokage-sama, said Hiroku, the Hokage's personal medic, as he arrived inside the room. Where are my children and my wife? Your children are safe, and so is your wife. Your Jinchuriki child, Naruko, the oldest one, is fine as well, but your youngest, I examined him and saw that the Kyubi inside the womb of the mother hurt his chakra network, meaning he was cut off by Minato. He cannot use chakra anymore. Yes, Minato-sama. As then Ananbu arrived with a dog mask and white hair. Sensei, are you okay? Ah, Kakashi, I'm fine. How is Kushina and the children? They are fine as well. But Sensei, I'm here to tell you that the council has summoned you. I see. Let's go then, Kakashi, as both of them vanished via sunshine because Minato was still recovering from chakra depletion. As Minato arrived, everyone was inside the council chamber, waiting. Some of the civilians were there, and some of the Shinobi council were there as well. As Minato made its way towards the seat, the meeting is in begin, as the civilians stand up and said, Okage-sama, how are we able to defeat Kyubi no Kitsune, and where it is now? The Kyubi no Kitsune is sealed yet again. The soul and some of its chakra is sealed inside of my wife, Kushina Uzumaki, because she is older Uzumaki and can restrain the beast if it tries to control her. As the populace calmed down at this. And what of the chakra? Danzo asked. That is sealed inside of my oldest daughter, Naruko Uzumaki. As many of the people said, won't the beast regain its chakra? Even if that was possible, Kushina was the previous Jinchuriki, meaning she will be able to handle it as well. I was full proof in my plan. I see, but why didn't we were informed that she was a Jinchuriki? Because you were civilians and she was a ninja, a shinobi under the care of Sandam, and she was a royal of her family as well. You do know that, don't you? Yes, Okage-sama, we didn't mean it in any other way, but as the council members, we also had the right to know. No, the only thing you have to worry about is paperwork and the economy of the village. Nothing else regarding the military statistics. Hi, Okage-sama. The council members of the civilian side said, as he looked towards the shinobi side. Shikaku, Inuichi, Tsurumi, Hiyashi, Fugaku. What are the status of your clan? How many have been killed? Why isn't Akamichi Choza here? Choza was injured. Shikaku said. He was injured gravely, but he survived, luckily, and he is still resting in his compound. I see. How many injuries are in total? 250 shinobis and 100 civilians. These are loss that are quite hefty to our village, but still, they are in lesser numbers than what could have happened if the beast weren't stopped, as all of them nodded. Then Danzo said, Okage-sama, I wish to train the Jinchuriki to turn her into a weapon for the village. You do know that I am her father, right, Danzo, and I wouldn't let it be in motion because I am her father and I wouldn't do anything to hurt my daughter. Yes, I will train her, but within due time. Remember, Danzo, you cannot turn a Jinchuriki emotionless or the beast might gain control of them. As it is written in the scroll of the Sage of the Sixth Path, Jinchuriki needs emotion, and good one at that, so that they can become strong and be able to control the Biju's power. As all of them nodded at this new piece of information. Hi, Okage-sama, Danzo said. Instead, he was fuming a little bit and happy that he got this bit of information, because if he did indeed turn the girl into the weapon, then something might have happened, and that something might be terrible in his death. As he then said, other than that, we are still recovering, and hopefully we will recover as Konoha has in its previous endeavors. And since the meeting is ended, you can all leave. As they all left, Minato was sitting in his office and council chamber, as suddenly a window opened and a man with white long hair in a ponytail arrived. Algaki, that was one hell of a battle, and from the looks of it, Sensei sacrificed himself. Yes, I heard it from the Kakashi on my way here. But I still don't get it. Why would Hiruzen do that? Don't you get it, Gaki? He wanted you, who was a new father, to be here in his children's life to protect them. That is why he gave his life, because he had too many regrets. He didn't want you to become like him, so that is why what he did, and gave you a chance to live, and you should cherish it and stay with your family as his last wish. Hi, Sensei. Maybe you're right. So, what are you doing here? I just thought to check up on you. And other than that, I have brought forth a prophecy from the Great Toad Sage. It has changed a little bit. What do you mean? Regardless, the prophecy was first that a child born from the Yellow Flash and Red Death will bring peace to this world. But now it is that the child with a foreign power born from the Yellow Death and Yellow Flash and the Red Death will save this world from great calamity, meaning a great destruction is about to fall. Instead of peace, they are saying that he will save us from that said calamity. And you think that that said person is Naruto because she has a foreign power stored inside of her, without the soul of the Kyuubi no Kitsune. As much as I want to say it, yes. But what about Naruto? Minato. I know this might be hard, but you have to leave him here and go on a training trip with your wife to train her. But wouldn't it be okay if we left behind blood clones to take care of Naruto? I know it is hard, but you can't be distracted. Sensei, are you saying that a child of mine is distraction to me? Kaki, look, the whole world's future depends upon your little girl's shoulder, and we can't risk it. Please, you have to see through it. It's still hard for me to let go of my newly born son here, Sensei, just like that, and Kushina will be a whole new level of convincing. You know that? Yes, I know that, Kaki. I know. Let's just go and talk to her then. Time skip. Time skip. As they informed Kushina. What? You want me to leave my newly born son here? Minato, are you crazy? I knew Jiraiya was crazy because of the unsafe sex he had with the horse and who knows what. But you, how could you even think of that? Come on, Kushina-chan, I didn't even want to agree. I'm just asking you that if we can, then we will, because the whole humanity's and elemental nation's fate depends upon us and rest it on our little girl's shoulder. What about Naruto then? We can train him as well. You and me both know, Kushina, that he will be in constant danger if any of our enemies found that out that he has no chakra and he is our child. I know. But no buts, Kushina. He has to stay here. Can't you see it? It's for his own protection. People of Konoha wouldn't think of him as the Jinchuriki because I have already informed them all that Naruto is the Jinchuriki and the soul resides inside of you. And they are good with it. And they didn't even know that I had a son. All that they asked was that who was the Jinchuriki and told them that it was my oldest daughter. I see. So you forgot to mention that we had a son then. I'm sorry, Kushina, I forgot, but please, you have to understand that this is more important here. I don't care, Minato. And Uzumaki puts the family first, then everything second. And the day I married you, I know, Kushina, you made me vow the same things once I joined the Uzumaki clan. And I promise you I am going to value them. But we have to not leave Naruto here for at least 13 years. Until then, he can live in the orphanage. Thinking that he's an orphan? And we are alive out there? Missing out on his life for 13 years? It pains me, Kushina. I'm his father for goddamn sake, an orphan. Don't you think I feel the pain of him? Please. Please, Kushina, don't do this. We have to do this. Don't make it hard than it already is. As Kushina started to cry and so did Minato. Jiraiya frowned at this. He knew that this was important, but he hated it as well to leave the brat here. Don't worry, Gakis. I will come by and check on him as much as I can. What do you mean, Jiraiya-sensei? I'm not going with you. The village need a spy master. Then who's going to look over the village? I know who. I brought her with me as Tsunade entered the image in front of them. Tsunade? Yeah. As much as I hate this, but you don't have to worry about the Gaki. I will look after him as much as I can, and yes, I will tell him in due time that he has parents outside, but until then, he will have to live in orphanage. What do you mean, live in orphanage? Why can't you take care of him? You are in Uzumaki as well, Tsunade. Let's face it, Gaki, I'm not the murder material, and you don't want your Gaki to be influenced by a gambling and sake addict, do you now, Kushina? Yeah, you're right, I don't want that. I knew that. So, you promise you will be watchful for him? I promise on my Uzumaki blood that I will look after him as if he was my own son. And yet you still can't keep him with you. Don't get me wrong, Gaki, but a Hokage's job is quite dangerous. So many assassination attempts, and as things are, I don't think the other villages will deny that and will try to attack us, mainly me, because now I'm the new reinstated Hokage and the village is weakened as it is. You are right, Tsunade, Minato said. What? Kushina said. Think about it, Kushina. Our military power has decreased and if other villages found it out, they will try to attack us. And if Naruto came into vicinity as Tsunade's child, he might be a prime target for them to hurt her in one way or another. As she nodded. So what are you going to give the name to the brat? Naruto. I see. I can't let him have both Uzumaki and Namikaze name until he knows about both of you and you arrive. I see, that can be true. So what is going to name? Naruto. That's all. I will place him in the orphanage where he will live. And hopefully after he turns 6 he will be entering the ninja academy. He can't, said Minato. What? You can know this by checking on him. Tsunade moved forward with a confused look on her face and checked through Naruto. As her eyes watered, his chakra coils are damaged. He can't use chakra. He should be dead as it is, but how is he alive? That we don't know. But we are thankful for Kami if she let him live. just the way it is. But we are also sorrowful that his chakra networks are destroyed, and they were destroyed by none other than QB itself when he was in womb. I see. So he protected Naruto here. Yes, he protected his Nei-chan even before he was born. Kushina said with a little bit of sorrow and pride at her baby boy, as Minato smiled as well. Don't worry, I will protect him. As Minato and Kushina cried and left Naruto tearfully in Tsunade's arms and went with their daughter to train her in the Uzumaki island, the Uchiha, or what was left of it. Time skip. 5 years later. It has been 5 years since the family departure, and Naruto did knew he had. And Tsunade looked after Naruto and time to time visited him even. And Jiraiya also visited him sometimes. Naruto was happy that his Bachan and Arosanin all visited him from time to time, but he was sad. Other than that, he was lonely. The other kids were getting adopted, but most of the families didn't adopted him. Because even if they tried to, the civilian council, who knew about his linkage through Tsunade, or other shinobi council, would stop them. Any kind of document of his adoption. Naruto was sad that he couldn't get any family. He was an orphan. Even if he tried to ask about his parents, they would deny him, saying that they didn't know who his parents were. They just found him in a basket. That's all. And Naruto, being sorrowful, he accepted. Almost as the worst of the tears. Tsunade and Jiraiya hated doing this to the boy, but they knew it was for the best. Clan elders or clan leaders also allowed their children to befriend Naruto as they went to the park, but some of the clan children were arrogant, mainly Sasuke, who knew that Naruto didn't use or can use chakra, so he tried to bully him, but others defended him, mainly Ino and Hinata, stood up to him and protected him. Ino liked Sasuke at first, but when she saw Naruto and how cute he was, she said, fuck it, I'm going to go after Naruto. And Naruto was happy with his friends, mainly two of the girls, who were his best of friends, and unknown to Naruto, both of them had a crush on him, and had silently made an alliance and agreement that they would share him once their age of suitable marriage. Hinata was now no shy girl. She was only shy in front of Naruto because of her Yuga genetics, being shy and stuttering in front of their precious and loved person that is the closest to their heart, similar to Hiyashi when in front of his wife. But other than that, she was cold. So cold that if ice could kill, her eyes were the strongest weapon in the world right now. And Ino could be said the same. She was happy and laughing only for her family and Naruto, but to her enemies she was cold as a white flower in snow with many of its spores as the pointy thing is splinters. Yes, splinters. And hence, as the time went by, Naruto made friends with Shikamaru and Choji as well. They trio were known as the prankster of Konoha. Shikamaru planned, Naruto did the work, and Choji brought the materials. The three of them laughed at the end of their masterwork and master plan coming to life. As much as the girls wanted, they couldn't hate this side of Naruto as well. This is what made him him, a cute little fluff ball full of energy and life. Naruto. On the other side of the elemental nation in Uchiha, Minato and Kushina were training both Naruto and teaching her of the Uzumaki arts, and so training her in the chakra of the Nine Tails as well. Since she was 4, she was a prodigy in her own right. And not only that, they told her of her brother and how he protected her in the womb of her mother from Kyuubi no Kitsune, and how she was the child of prophecy and she has the duty to protect everyone in this world. It was a heavy burden, but the little girl knew what she had to do. By no means she was arrogant, because she knew that she was grateful for her life because of her brother and his sacrifice, and she would do anything for him. And that little innocent vow turned into something more, an obsession with her brother, because of Jiraiya bringing photos of him secretly snapping when he wasn't looking, playing with his friend and laughing at and giggling, and all the time being happy. She blushed at the sight of her brother. She knew it was wrong, but she couldn't help it. Her brother was just so cute, and when she saw that Ino and Hinata grabbing both of his brother's arm and pulling towards each other, Naruto was looking confused, and both of the girls were blushing and pulling each other. She knew very well what they were doing, and her eyes turned slit red for a moment. I won't let anyone have my brother. He is my brother, my little brother, and only mine. His love should be mine. That is all. I will not share him with anyone. Even if he doesn't love me, he will have to be mine. Plus, he has no chakra. What is he going to do? Reject me? No way. He will be mine. I will make him mine. And hence, on each birthday, she would demand her the pictures of her brother instead of anything. We surprised their parents at first, but they thought that their daughter just wanted pictures of the brother because she missed him and were happy. But Kushina somehow figured it out that her daughter was developing an obsession. She tried to correct her daughter, but to no avail. At the end, Kushina gave up because inside Uzumaki clan it was kind of normal to have incest relationship because they had to preserve their bloodlines. And reluctantly Minato agreed after some convincing. He was kind of creeped out that his son and daughter had to marry each other, but they agreed to this. And on the 11th birthday, Naruto was left alone back in Konohagakure Nosato. 2 years before his family returned, he tried to join the academy but he couldn't because he had no chakra, and his friends were sad about this. Mainly Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino and Hinata because they couldn't be with Naruto, and some of the clan elders as well as the other shinobis also feel saddened about this, mainly Ino, the dog masked Anbu with gravity defying hair. He sometimes tried to train Naruto in taijutsu so he could protect himself, but Naruto was weak in taijutsu, so he thought maybe his eternal rival could help him, and he did. Naruto was very proficient in training with taijutsu only. He couldn't use any chakra because of chakra coil being destroyed. Kai thought of him as his youthful little student as well. Kakashi almost hated it how Guy wanted to turn him into mini-me, but that is the only thing Kakashi wouldn't allow. Regardless of the training, as much as Guy gave him, Naruto was now waiting for his sensei to arrive, but he didn't, as he was feeling sad, because he knew that his sensei had taken a team flashback 1 month ago. Naruto, my boy, this is the last time we will be able to train. As you see, I have taken a youthful team of my own, in which my first apprentice Lee is going to be, so I have to take them on mission, so I won't be able to train you professionally as I was before. I'm sorry to say this, but I guess our training session ends here. Don't worry, though, your flames of youth as they are burn brightly, and whenever I return, you will have to spar with Lee, okay? Guy said with his shiny smile and a huge volcano erupting from behind him with a sunset genjutsu. Naruto rubbed his eyes. Where did that came from? Anyway, sensei, thank you for your time to train me. Arigato, Naruto said with a bow as Guy walked towards him and put a hand on his shoulder. No, Naruto, thank you to show me that you had bright flames of youth inside of you. Well, Jane, Guy said as he got up and left. Naruto was now sitting there and waiting for his sensei for a month, but he hasn't arrived back yet. They were on a long-term mission which required 2 to 3 months. Naruto was bored. Oh, man, sometimes I wonder if I had a family or chakra I could have trained and would be my friends so that I can protect them. Unknown to him, a person in the shadows in the woods heard him and smiled. I see, I finally found him to pass these on. Now he said to himself. And at the night, as Naruto was walking back to his apartment, he heard a scream. It was a girl screaming in an alleyway as a man was attempting to rape her. Shut up, girl. Or don't make this hard on me. I know you wanted to, the man said. Shut up, get away from me, please, the girl said, as Naruto heard this and got near in the alley. Hey, stop what you're doing. Oh, get out of there, Gaki, I don't want to hurt you. Just let me have my fun, the man said, licking his lips. Naruto was disgusted at this. As using his whatever Guy taught him, he rushed towards the man at a Genin level speed and kicked him in the face as the man was sent towards the ground. As Naruto looked at the woman with a smile. Hey, are you okay? Yes, thank you. As Naruto helped her up. My name is Ayame Chiraku. Ah, I see. My name is Naruto. What? That's all? Yes, I'm an orphan. The woman had a sad smile. Then her eyes widened as a man got up and put a giant stone on Naruto's head as Naruto was laying on the ground bleeding. It'll teach you that, little shit. Before he could attempt to get close to the girl, his head slid off as a giant ring passed through his head and embedded itself into the wall. As Ayame looked towards the ring, I won't let you do that. I have chosen him, and I will not let you hurt him, said a man with a cloak on him, as the ring then flew by itself and entered the man's hand. Ayame could see as the moon shined, the man had 10 rings, 5 on each. Who are you? Don't worry. Just, I want the little boy and I will be leaving. He's injured. Don't worry, I will heal him, the man said as he picked Naruto up and vanished. Time skip. 10 days later, Naruto woke up, groaning. Where am I? Naruto said as he felt his head was booming with pain. Ita, what is going on? Why do I feel this pain? Naruto said as he opened his eyes reluctantly, as in front of him was sitting an old lady. Hello, young man. What is your name? My name is Naruto, ma'am. Are you the one who saved me? She smiled. To bandage you up and let you rest? Yes. Other than that, you were rescued by my brother. Huh? Don't mean to be rude, lady, but what is your name? Young generation. My name is Shai Ling, and my brother who saved you is... As her brother entered, my name is Shang-Chi. I see. As Naruto looked at the 10 rings that he was wearing, 5 on each hand. What are these? These are my rings. You don't have to worry about that. You are into cosplay, buddy? You like, female bangles or something like that? Hey, Gaki, they are not bangles like females, as Ling laughed. You have to be lenient, brother. He's a child after all. He wouldn't knew about these. Yeah, but still, come on. Female ornaments, that's all you think of them? Not to be rude, mister, but they look kind of like them. You are right, but they are not what you think they are. As Shang-Chi let a ring slip through his hand and embedded itself into the wall, with energy revolving around it in golden shade, as he called for the ring back to his hand as it arrived and embedded itself in his hand as well. Whoa, that is so cool! Are you doing that by using chakra? Naruto asked. No, I'm not using any chakra. Then what is it? It's the power that the rings have, and the rings grant me to use them, as I am the wielder of them. I see. Can you train me? What? Why would you want to train? You see, you help me, so you know. I want to protect people of Konoha. I want to become a shinobi and save them and protect them with my life, but due to me not having chakra, I can't enroll into academy and can become a ninja, Naruto said with a sad face. But if you're that strong with the rings, maybe I can learn from you some taijutsu. I don't want the rings, that's okay. But can you teach me something? As Shang-Chi laughed. Young blood, why not? I will take you as my apprentice and teach you everything I know. But let me tell you, the training will be hard. Harder than you have ever trained before. Are you up to the challenge, kid? Naruto closed his eyes and looked up with determination, which quite shocked Shang-Chi and Ling. Why not? I will train as hard as it, because my name is Naruto. You better believe it, Tebayo. Naruto said as Ling laughed at his verbal take. Tebayo? That is something new. You found a good one, brother. He has pure heart and a good determination as well. But that doesn't prove that he's worthy of those. He has to train hard and prove himself to the water god as well. As both of them got serious and nodded. Huh? What? Rest, child. You will start your training once you recover fully. Time skip 1 day later. Naruto was in Chinese traditional clothing of the Tailao village as he was standing in front of his master, new sensei, which was none other than Shang-Chi, who was old now, wearing his rings on both hands. So, sensei, what are we going to train in? You will train in the arts of the Tailao Taijutsu. Is that what you called it? But we call it martial arts. Let's start your training. Tailao got in a dance-like formation, But Naruto tried to attack him, but all of his attacks were parried and evaded in a most beautiful way known to man. Awesome! But Tylo then started to move in a fluent way as the air started to move besides him as the leaves started to flicker. As Naruto got near him, deciding to punch him, the air around him started to push him up to the air as his eye button. Whoa, what is going on? As Shang-Chi laughed, and then the air woved him around violently and stomped him to the ground. Ow, that hurts! You know, old man, I just recovered. As Shang-Chi grew a tick mark. You know, kid, you have a big mouth on you, but a good personality, so I'll let this slide. But you have to train now in 500 push-ups with burning charcoal under you. If you ever touch it, your skin will burn. As Naruto had to do that as a punishment for saying his master as an old man, as Ling Ling watched with amusement as well, alongside their brother. As Naruto reached 499, and he suddenly was too tired and burnt his skin. Ita! Now start all over again. Oh, come on, you can't be serious. Yes, I am. You have to do it or it will be done to 1,000. Yes, yes, master. I will do it right now. Naruto said with enthusiasm and started to do that again, as Ling Ling and Shang-Chi laughed. He is good. At least he's enthusiastic about your training. Come on, Ling. You're saying that my training is torture? Well, it is. You know, it is the same method that he trained me. As both of them had a sad smile on their face. Yeah, I know. I still can't believe he died of his foolishness. We tried to stop him. I tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen. At the end, he gave me the rings, and I wielded them too. Yes, to stop the Soul Devourer. I know. I was there, remember, idiot? Yeah, I guess so. Are you sure the prophecy is true? Yes. The dragon god himself showed me the visions that a blonde child from the elemental nations will be the next wielder of the rings and will be the guardian of the gates to the Soul Devourer. For anyone who seeks his power, he shall defeat them and prevent that from happening, or else the world and the universe, both his and ours, is doomed. I hope that he will be strong enough to defend us and his universe and himself nonetheless. I kind of like the kid. Yeah, me too. He kind of reminds me of myself when I was a little kid. He reminds me of myself, brother, because I was the one who was always pranking you. Yeah, you were right. The kid reminds me of you. Ugh, I can't wait to see how far these kids go, Ling Ling said to her brother. Yeah, just wish Auntie Nan was here. Yeah, she passed away, remember? Yes, their aunt has passed away due to her being old, and now they were old, and the guardians of this realm, and the gates to the Soul Devourer. Back in the elemental nations, Amegakure, inside a cave, as the Akatsuki had finally gathered. So, at least we have gathered. So what is our mission? Asked Kakazu. Our mission is to go to a forbidden land where our mythical creatures residing, and there is a gate there that will grant us huge amount of powers. In that gate resides the Soul Devourer, the dragon who could destroy anything and everything in this path. And what do you think? He will obey us. He will obey me, said a masked man as his Sharingan flared to life, as many of them gasped. My name is Madara Uchiha. Now they were sweating bullets, and I was able to control the strongest Biju, so I think I will be able to control this as well. And once I gain control over it, the whole elemental nations shall tremble under our feet, and hand over the Jinchurikis to us, and so our plan will commence for the peace of this world, said Madara. So you want us to go to this village named Tai Lao? Yes. From what I heard, a voice has called to me from there, giving me the location. Here is the map. We have to go there. I see, but not now. We have to train, because the forest is a maze in itself, and it could kill and devour anything. And the people there are trained in mythical arts, far stronger than our taijutsu and genjutsu as well. So we have to train hard to go there. And henceforth, both Naruto and their training begin. Time skip 2 years later. The Namikaze family arrived back at Konohagakure no Sato. But as they did, they were welcomed with great smile and open heart, and they were led towards the Hokage Tower, where they saw Tsunade with dark circles around her eyes and with depressed look on her face. Tsunade, what's going on? What? You didn't receive my letter through Jiraiya? No, Jiraiya hasn't visited us. That idiot. He went to look for him on his own. What do you mean, Tsunade? Now they were quite terrified. They had a sickening feeling in their gut when they heard this. And so did Naruto. Well, you see, Naruto, not being having any chakra, couldn't use ninjutsu. But one day he was returning. Calm down, Tsunade. You're hyperventilating. Tell me what happened. You're right. Tsunade calmed down and began to explain that how Naruto wasn't enrolled in the academy and how he was an orphan. Some of the clan children looked down upon him, but most of them befriended him, mainly Hinata Hyuga, who had a love interest in him, and so did Inuyama and Shikaku's son Shikamaru, and Choza's son Choji. They were his best friends, and two of the girls liked him. Unknown to them, Naruto's eyes flashed red again, as both of the parents sighed. But Tsunade shook her head and thought that she might ask about her to her parents again, and that some man appeared in a cloak and took Naruto once he was injured by the said man. Where is that said man? Asked Naruto in a dangerous voice. He is the reason my Nii-chan is disappeared. My little brother is disappeared. Where is he? Don't worry, he is already in the prison. Wait, Sal. Naruto, you are not thinking what I think you are. As she looked at her parents, her face was grinning merrily as her parents took a step back. As they called, Naruto, now calm down, honey. Naruto didn't want this to happen, did he? Naruto wouldn't marry you if you're acting like this. He will be scared of you, Kushina said, trying to calm her daughter down. And it worked. Oh, right, mother. My brother would want his wife and sister to be a nice, sophisticated lady. Just as me, she said with a smile and eyes closed, as she walked out of the office. Now I will have to go and look around the village for myself, he said, as she went inside the prison. Her eyes turned red. Who was the maniac who hurt my brother? She then headed into an Anbu after knocking him out and went inside the Anbu headquarters, where the prisoners were held. Hey, I was wondering, you remember the man we arrested 2 years ago for hurting the orphan kid named Naruto that we knew that the Hokage was close with? Yeah, you mean the Yondam's son? Yeah, the same one. That man is in the cell number 283. Why do you ask? Well, the Yondam wanted me to bring him to him. Ah, I see. So the Yondam wanted to punish him. Fair enough, because he's a father, after all. Yes, he is. Thanks, buddy, he said as the Henjit Anbu walked towards the prison as he entered it and closed the door. What are you doing here? As he ended back into the girl. What are you doing here, little girl? As her eyes flashed red, causing the man to be scared. Don't worry. You hurted my Nii-chan. Now it's time for you to pay, she said in a demonic voice, as the screams of the men were echoing in the room. But due to the Uzumaki seals there, nobody could hurt it. He tried to scream for help, but to no avail. After that, Naruto vanished without a sign from there, as she was even there. And Anbus found the man dead 3 days later, which surprised the Hokages, both of them, and how the man had died. But Kushina knew in the back of her head it was her daughter, but shrugged it and pushed it aside because she knew that the man deserved it more than anything for raping a woman and even hurting her son, and nonetheless an orphan child, with such brutality. Naruto then met with Ino Yamanaka and Hinata Hyuga, her two prime targets and threats, as she conversed with them friendly and then brought them to the training ground and sparred with them, beating them to the ground somewhat, and then telling them to stay away from her brother if he ever returns, as she will be the one to bring him back and marry him. Both of the girls were shocked, but they knew that inside the clan it was common, and got ready into fighting stance in their cold eyes. All of their cold eyes and one red eyes with slits matched each other, as they clashed with each other again and again with newfound power inside of them, which shocked Naruto to no end. And at the end it was a tie, as all of them were panting heavily. So, truce? What do you think we make an alliance between ourselves? Now we will share Naruto with each other, said Hinata. As much as I hate you are quite powerful and will be good allies on our side. Fine, I will grant you the pleasure of being my my younger brother's concubines, but I will be his main wife. We will see about that. We'll see who Naruto marries. I believe it will be me, after all. As they all glared at each other and then sighed and laughed. We'll think about that later. How about this? We'll start off as friends, don't you think? As all of them laughed and went to Ichiraku Ramen's, they all loved due to Naruto being its favorite place. On the other side, in Tailao, Shing-Chi was almost completing Naruto's training in 2 years. The Gaki absorbed everything like a sponge, which shocked both Ling Ling and um, Shang-Chi. And as the second year arrived, Shang-Chi was laying on a bed, as Naruto was next to him, and so was Ling Ling. Master, what is going on? I am sick, Naruto. At the time I rescued you, I knew I was going to die. You see, I'm terminally ill, and my illness is killing me slowly, and it is time for me to pass on these rings. And I chose you to be the next guardian of the gates. You remember the story I told you? Yes, you have told me everything, Master. And you better believe it, I promise on my life that I will protect it with it. You don't have to worry, Naruto. You are already an immortal. As you drink the soup that I gave you, the soup of immortality, alongside my sister. But Master, why didn't you drink it? I didn't drink it because I wanted to reunite with my father and mother. Because I wanted to reunite with my loved one. My Kim. He thought as his eyes closed. Protect Tai Lao from whoever seeks the powers of the soul devourer. Don't let it escape. Meet with the water god. And with that said, his eyes closed. Ling Ling cried. Rest, brother. Rest in peace. Ling Ling said, and she looked at her brother student, Naruto. Now you are the new heir to the rings, and the guardian of the gates and prison of the soul devourer. Hi. Aunt Ling Ling, I will tell you this. I will protect it with my life. She smiled. You don't have to be here all the time. I will watch over it and inform you if anyone infiltrates the village. And you can arrive here through the portal that Wong taught you alongside it. You're right. I didn't think about that. So what are you going to do now, Naruto? Naruto wore the 10 rings with his red clothing, with his orange jumpsuit that he wore in the Shippuden arc. I will be going back to my village once again and hopefully eradicate this evil that you have told me in the prophecy. As Naruto opened the portal that opened directly inside the Hokage Tower. I'll see you later, Aunt Ling Ling. Yes, go forth, Naruto, and forge your own path in this world. And hopefully it will be a world for the betterment. He said as her eyes closed, and she looked at her brother sadly and cried, Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. You have done your job well enough and made father and mother both proud. And made me realize that I love you as I did as a child. As the portal closed, Naruto arrived in Hokage Tower, as everyone was surprised, and Tsunade then looked up and her eyes widened. Naruto? Yes, Tsunade was still the Hokage as Minato was busy searching for his son. Hey Bachan, how have you been? As she rushed through him, straight through her desk, breaking it into two, which caused Naruto to sweat drop and punched him in the head. You damn idiot! You knew how much I was worried about you? Your Arrow Sanin was worried about you as well. Your friends were worried about you. Have you any idea how much trouble we went to find you? And we still couldn't. It hurted us for 2 damn years. I know, Bachan, but after I woke up, my master already had taken me to another place, far away from this land. Or this realm. I was there, I trained there, and I had a duty there to protect that and this realm from those who seek the power of our evil god and a monster. I see. So you're back for good, right? Yes, Machan, I'm back for good. Good. because sit down there's a lot of explaining to do. She then threw a kunai on the ground as in a red and yellow flash. Both of his parents arrived, not that he knew, as they looked towards a teen boy with orange jumpsuit with black and orange on it. As Naruto was smiling, "Whoa, fourth Hokage! Wow, you're alive! And who is this pretty lady with red hair?" As her mother smiled at the comment. "He thinks my hair is beautiful." As both of them rushed and engulfed him in a hug. "Naruto, thank God you're okay. Where have you been?" Kushina said and bonked him on the head. "Oh, Mom! Man, you hurt him. That hurt us a lot. Why would you do that, lady?" First of all, it is your mother, and why would you go out of the village without informing anyone? First of all, I don't know who you are, and why are you claiming to be my mother? And next he looked at Tsunade, and she nodded. "They are your parents." Naruto stopped. "Wait, what? Why did you leave me here if you are my parents?" And hence they began to tell their tale, and Naruto snickered and laughed at the end of it, which confused their parents. At why would their son laugh at this? "Oh, you believe my sister was the child of prophecy?" I'm kind of surprised that Irasani and you were kind of stupid at this, knowing that you were two of the greatest shinobi of all time. What do you mean, Naruto? I met the dragon god of river, and he chose me as the child of prophecy and guardian of the both realms. Both theirs and mine, where the mythical creatures reside. What do you mean, Naruto? You met a dragon? Huh, want to meet him? Yeah, sure. I still have to meet him again. He's kind of a funny buddy. Let's go and I'll let you meet him. Naruto said as he activated a portal, surprising everyone. Naruto, what is that? I can't use chakra, so I'm using mythical powers known as magic, which I cultivated there. I can't use chakra still, Mom, but I am powerful, Naruto said, as they arrived near a lake inside the Tylo village. Naruto, this is beautiful, but what is it? You see that cave over there with the scales on it? Yes, Naruto, that is where the soul devourer, the dragon, the god, the demon, the monster resides, and the people who seek his power only seek it to destroy this world, and I am its guardian. That is why I've been training here by my master. Sadly, he passed away last week, and I came here, back to my village again. I see, Naruto. So, where is this guard? And suddenly the whole ground rumbled, as Naruto shot 2 rings in the water, much to the surprise of everyone, as then suddenly the rings came back flying into his arms, with a clang, as suddenly the ground rumbled and a roar erupted, and from the water a huge dragon emerged, and it looked towards them, as Naruto bowed. Hey Shinto. Naruto, why have you summoned me? Well, just wanted to see you, buddy. As much as I wanted to see you as well, buddy, but you have disrupted me from my slumber, you big idiot. Oh, come on, don't act like that. You're a god for Kami's sake. I am. That I am, but even I have to sleep. Oh, come on, you lazy lizard. You always sleep. I can't believe I made a friend for the first time with my guardian, and that one is disrespectful. But I'd like that side of you as well, Naruto. That shows that you are innocent and pure. Now, go along. I have to sleep, the dragon said as he went back into the water. Oh, hello, ningens from another dimension, he said before he vanished into the water, surprising everyone there, and so did Krama Soul. I can't believe it, witnessing a Shinto dragon god from Chinese mythology, in flesh and blood. I see, father was true after all in his tales. Well, most of all think that he was going cuckoos and made them by himself. Now that I'm kind of amazed after seeing his power and presence, as everyone's eyes were widened. Is that? Yes, that is Shinto, the dragon god of water, and protector of this village, Tailao. We're standing in it. It's a sacred village. Yes, that is, said a voice behind them, as everyone gasped because they couldn't sense the presence of her. You couldn't sense me even if you wanted to, because I don't use chakra, remember? We use secret arts, mythical arts that we taught to Naruto, and he cannot pass it down to you or your village because they are only taught to us, and we trust Naruto with our blood, and Shinto has made him his first friend. So who wants to anger a god who can destroy almost a world if he wanted to, but he's too damn lazy to do it? I still heard that. A rumbling from water came, Oh, come on, Shintor, just rest, buddy. I'll be nice enough to bring you a cheesesteak fish again. You better keep to that promise, Naruto. I love those things. As everyone laughed. And then the family returned back to the elemental nation. So, you know now where I was. And you met the dragon as well to confirm the suspicions. As then the door opened, and in came Naruto with her friends. Hey, mom, dad. As she looked at her brother, and he smiled at her. Ah, this must be my sister you were talking about. Hey, Naruto-chan. Ah, Hinata-chan. Ino-chan, you're here as well. Sashiburi, it's been a long time. How have you been? As before they could answer, their eyes started to tear up as they rushed towards Naruto and engulfed him into bear hugs and lashed onto him as a lifeline as Naruto fell to the ground. Ita! I guess you've been well. Oh, where have you been, Naruto-ni-chan? Naruto-kun? All of them asked. I kind of forgot that Naruto is the younger brother here. Anyways, on to the story. Well, you see, Naruto began to explain his tale where he was and how he trained, and how their parents met a huge dragon to confirm it, as their parents nodded. Awesome! I wish I could be there with you to train and look at the dragon. Honey, are you okay with not being the child of prophecy? Huh, prophecy shimosophy. I don't want to be a child of prophecy anymore. I want to be with my Naruto-kun. Naruto. Naruto-kun, she said, with a blush, as Naruto looked confused. Eh? As then, Minato and Kushin looked at him with eyes that told him not to ask. As Naruto kind of put the dots together and he blushed as well. Oh my god, you can't tell me that. Oh yes, Naruto. You can't believe your Nei-chan will be the one to be your wife. Not fair! Naruto-chan, you told us that you will share him with us. As the three adults there kind of looked surprised, and Naruto was now blushing and steaming so much that it looked like he would put a Yuga to shame. As he then did the next Yuga thing he could, he blanked out and passed away. Passed out. Passed away. Link break. Back with Amegakure. So you have found the current map and location and timing to the Tailao village. Yes, we have, said Zetsu. Now it is time to free the Soul Devourer once and for all. Let's make our way there. As all of them vanished via a portal that opened similar to that of Naruto, but instead of being red and sparkly, it was dark and purple. As they arrived outside the forest and rushed through it, as they were going through the forest, the forest alerted Naruto as his rings glowed. As Naruto's eyes were in. I'm sorry guys, I have to return to the village. What is going on, Naruto? Someone is infiltrating the village, and he wants to free the Soul Devourer, I believe. As all of them were afraid. We have to come with you. No, you have to stay here. If anything goes here, you have to protect it. Naruto-chan, Hinata-chan, Ino-chan, I want you to stay here and protect everyone in the village. You better believe it, said the three of them, as Naruto vanished in a portal, surprisingly into a heaven-like place. As Naruto was rushing through the village, he made it to the entrance, where he saw Shai Ling waiting. Aunt Ling, they're arriving. I could sense them. Yes, Naruto, I could sense them as well. Go to the gates. But what about... We will take care of them here. The one who arrives there will be their leader. You will have to take care of him himself. Hi, Naruto said, as Madara alongside his whole team arrived. Madara was in his youth, as he removed his mask. I see. So this is the village of the defenders of the gate of Soul Devourer. Yes, we are. And you're not welcome here, Madara Uchiha. We know who you are, and you're not welcome here. Leave now. Because the thing you're searching for is far worse than anything you can even imagine. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I already got that under control, he said as his eyes glowed red. And everyone was scared at this, but as Madara said, charge, destroy everything. As his team charged towards them, and they got into battle formation and battled them out. As Madara made his way towards the gates, where Naruto awaited him. You know, the thing you're searching for is not here. Only destruction awaits, not peace, Naruto said as his eyes was closed and he was sitting in a meditative pose. Oh, I see a new guardian. The last time I fought him, he was able to beat me, but he looked immature. Don't belittle me because I'm a kid. I will show you that I am the guardian of Tai Lao, and so the gates. As Madra then looked at his hands, oh, you possess the rings. This made things easy. I had to look through them throughout the Tai Lao, but I couldn't find them on my way here. Now that explains it a lot, being a new guardian and having the rings. As Madara got into Taijutsu stance and fought Naruto. Now let's dance, shall we? As they clashed with each other, Naruto launched his rings at him. Madara dodged them with ease, but he had some cuts and bruises due to them. As Madara was rushing towards Naruto then hurriedly rushed his rings towards his end and punched Madara in the gut with his rings, sending him towards the water. Then Madara used his limbo clones and arrived in front of Naruto. As Naruto was being cut and bruised all over the place, he still sent rings in all directions, killing all of the limbo clones, as his rings appeared behind him and circled around him. I cannot let you do this, Naruto said in a flow motion as air started to revolt around him. Air palm, Naruto said as a huge air gust rushed towards Madara, but it didn't hurt him. He wiped the dust out of his armor. Is that all? Naruto's eyes widened, then his narrowed. I have to defeat him, but he's damn too strong. He's for God's sake ghost of the Uchiha, the strongest Uchiha to ever live. Madara then made his perfect Susanoo. This is the power of your creation, he said as a huge meteor rushed towards the village. Now choose, the village or the gates. Naruto closed his eyes and then made his decision. He rushed towards the village. Good decision. Madara then made his Susanoo and punched the door. As the scales started to shatter, those started to open. As Naruto arrived, everyone stopped their battle as they could see the huge meteor falling on them. Shit, what are we going to do? As Tylo Ling closed her eyes. Is this the end? I cannot believe this. As Naruto arrived there and with his ring started to decimate the boulder as much as he could. As the boulder was nothing but a rubble, but Naruto's hands were bleeding, and he was exhausted by this. But then, Naruto rushed back, still exhausted. I will not let you open the gates, Madara. But Madara swiped his sword. Naruto was not able to dodge it as he was thrown into the water, as he started to drown with his rings on his hands, as Shinto appeared in the water. Naruto, wake up, my boy. We have to stop him, Shinto said, as Shinto then turned into energy and entered Naruto's body, as Naruto's skin started to glow into blue hue, as Naruto erupted from the ground of water and rushed towards where Madara was. But as he arrived, he saw the gate was broken and Soul Devourer already devoured Madara down alongside rest of his enemies and was moving towards the village. But before he could get to the Soul Devourer, he'd escaped through a portal and entered Elemental Nations as he started to cause havoc everywhere. But the Elemental Nations were strong enough as they pushed the Soul Devourer back, hurting him a little bit with their jutsus so he could recover. They knew that he will be back for more, but they had to act fast and started to converse with other villages' leader urgently and formed an alliance, putting past their hatred and coming together. As Naruto arrived at that scene, he was beaten and bloodily bruised. As Minato rushed towards him, Naruto! As the other Kages rose their eyebrow, is he your son? Yes, I am the guardian to the gates of that Soul Devourer. He was freed by Madara Uchiha, and he devoured his soul alongside the rest of the Akatsuki. They are dead now, but we have to seal him back to where he belongs. Naruto, why are you glowing in blue hue? It's Shinto. He has given me his power. The Water Dragon God? As everyone's eyes widened. Yes, we have to defeat him, because if we don't, he will cause destruction and animosity in our land. We have to seal him again, once and for all. As they were talking, the dragon's roar came. Oh no, he has arrived. Naruto then disappeared with a shot of his rings to the ground as he erupted from the ground and into the air as everyone's eyes widened. So these are the power of the mythical rings that were mentioned in the ancient Chinese mythology. Thought Oniki as everyone acknowledged his words. I see, so these are the legendary 10 rings. Yes. And he is the child of prophecy that our summons, all of us, were talking about. all of the villagers leader said and conversed with each other. I see. As Naruto arrived in front of Dragon, as he shot his hand forward in a Chinese martial art position, as a punch erupted, as a dragon formed with energy, as everyone watched with amazement as the dragon went straight through the giant beast known as Soul Devourer and split it in two. Naruto then did something unexpected. He caused Funjutsu, sealing guards, dead consuming seal, dead binding seal, seal of the heaven, seal of the gods, seal of Hades. As he casted these seals, all of the seals appeared on the dragon and pulled him towards the underworld, sealing him in there for once and for all, freeing Tai Lao of their responsibilities and the elemental nations, saving them as all of the shinobis that were gathered there watched in awe as dragon separated itself from Naruto, the Shinigami being there, and the dragon looked at it. I'm sorry, Shinto God Shinigami, but you cannot take his soul. He is a child of prophecy. I know, he has already paid the price by sending the Soul Devourer there, and with it a lot of souls, millions of them, for me to torture, said Shinigami before it vanished, leaving a shivering shinobi alliance in the ground, as they were waiting and preparing for war there, but it ended before it even could begin, with the help of Naruto Uzumaki. As Naruto laid on the ground, breathing heavily, Shinto, please return to your realm, I'll open the gate. Thank you, Naruto, my boy. You have fulfilled your destiny, and your duty as a guardian. Hence, the cycle of the guardians ends here, the dragon roared. The people of the Tai Lo knew what he was talking about and bowed. Thank you, Shinto, the god of waters. As the people bowed, and Xia Ling was happy that the cycle of the guardians ended with Naruto. Here, take these rings, Naruto said, as he moved the 10 rings towards him. No, Naruto, they are the present of Tai Lao and mine to you, for you to use, but pass them down to the one with purest soul and heart. With the darkest soul and bad intentions, nobody can wield it. You are the peacekeeper of this world now, and guardian of it as well. Protect it from whoever tries to hurt it, and from evil as well. Farewell, my friend, until we meet again, the dragon said as it vanished to his old realm. As everyone watched in awe, seeing a live and used dragon, as Hinata, Ino, and Naruto, who were there, made their way towards Naruto and grabbed him. Naruto, you're already hurt. Let's rush you back to the hospital. Naruto laughed. I love you guys, Naruto said as his eyes closed, as all of them blushed and also felt unconscious. As Kiba, Shikamaru, and Tojiro, oh, what a drag. I'm lazy enough to carry them. I'm eating. Oh, come on, guys. Do I have to do the work here? Oh yeah, the Uchiha clan massacre never happened. As well. It's quite late to tell you this, but Sasuke was irrelevant in this story altogether. Anyways, on to the story. And time skip for 10 years later, the Elemental Nation was at peace, as it was in Boruto. And Boruto was stillborn alongside with his new children as well. He was happily married to the 3 wives and loves of his life, and the father of his sister and him were also happy to be grandfathers as well, and happily obliged in taking care of their grandchildren, much to the dismay of the whole village once they ran around and announced that they were going to be granddad and grandmom. Tsunade was happy as well. She was again recognized as the godmother, and so was Jiraiya, who came back to tell them after the whole war ended that he couldn't find it even in the western area of the world. But once he returned, he was surprised to hear Naruto's escapade and how he destroyed and decimated the evil god known as the Soul Devourer by himself, with the help of Shinto God, his friend and water god dragon. Jiraiya was skeptical, but he was told that the prophecy was fulfilled already, and was happy, and apologized to Naruto for what he did in his childhood. Naruto forgave him, and Kaguya was sealed once again, afraid that 10 rings were now in her realm, and nor her nor the Otsutsuki clan could ever match its powers. And hence came an end to our story. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace!